Please describe your job title and primary duties.
So my job title at Visionworks was production tech. As a production tech, I would stay behind the scenes essentially. I wasn't out there on the floor doing retail, and I would actually make the lenses myself. And so that process took a while because obviously it's a procedure that takes multiple steps and it's very technical. So I had to have someone train me into making the lenses and then installing them into the frames.
What was the work environment like?
So I worked in the lab, like I said earlier. The work environment, it was very casual because there wasn't too much customer interaction. So it was just me and my coworkers. So it was very jovial, friendly. Like we were all just trying to make our work for each other as simple as possible. Because the worst thing you can possibly do working in the lab is you slack off, because the way the job was divided into two sections. It was surfacing and edging. And so if you're on the surfacing side and things aren't going too well, and the person who's edging, he's getting backed up, the customer's angry, manager comes in, the whole operation's starting to fall apart. So it was very calm, it was very professional, it was very casual at the same time, but as long as things got done and you stayed on track, everything was really easy.
How would you describe the application and interview process?
I was really lucky at Visionworks because I had experience from, I guess, retail from working before that. So that was one of the things that I put on the resume, because initially I was looking for a retail job at Visionworks. They saw some of my experience from some other things that I had. Because I'm a biomedical science major and I was applying to medical school, I was trying to beef up my application for getting into an institution like USF or UF or UCF. So one of the things that you have to do is do research, which is laboratory research. And so when they saw that I had laboratory research experience, they said, well, you probably do really well in the laboratory environment here. And so I put that on my application, thinking that the retail was the thing that was going to help me out in Visionworks. They saw that I do really well in labs. So when I came in, the interview process was just generally they're saying, well, we don't really need anybody in retail right now, but we have an opening in the lab. It says here on your resume that you've done X amount of time in a research lab. Tell us what that's about. Do you know how to care for equipment? Do you know how to maintain equipment? Do you know how to do these certain procedures and X, Y, and Z? And so they were generally impressed by one thing they saw on my resume, and they wanted to kind of evaluate the level of information that I had and the experience that I had using it.
How were you notified that you received the job?
They notified me after the interview was over, that they're just like, look, we're really impressed by your everything that you said, we're impressed by your resume, we're impressed by the experience you have. Let us know when you can start working, and then we'll start your training.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
I would say, looking to work at Visionworks, you have to realize that there are two separate entities, if you will, while working there. Obviously you have your administration, your managers and what have you, but I'm saying within the actual store you have the retail, which is the people who talk to you, try to sell you the glasses, who try to tell you which kind of films and which kind of things you need on your lenses, like anti-glare, scratch resistant, what have you. And then you have the people who work in the back as production techs. And so you really kind of have to understand exactly what the business you're applying for does, so you can really tailor your resume and what you have to say towards which side you want to work for. And if there's multiple sides, maybe diversify your application so it looks like you're strong for both things, so they'll see that there's a use for you no matter what situation they're in as far as business-wise. So if they need a lot more production techs, they'll be like, all right, well, this person has this experience, let's throw them in the back. Well, this person has a lot of retail experience, all right, well, we don't need anybody in production right now, we're really slammed with customers, let's put them in the front. So really diversify and try to tailor your application so it fits as many things as they need.